Hello everyone. Today we will start the next unit of this course on automata theory called context free grammar and PDAs. So this is actually the second part of this course. Now in the last chapter on pumping lemma or non-regular languages, we came to know that the power of regular expressions or finite automata is limited when it comes to defining certain languages. We saw that the language a raised to power n and b raised to power n, which is equal number of a's preceded by equal number of b's, is a non-regular language, which means that you cannot write a regular expression for the language. Also, you cannot make a finite automata or NFA or a DFA which accepts the string of that or accept the word of that language. So the power is limited, but the languages are not. There are many languages, such as the language that I just talked about. How we are going to define those languages? Now this discussion means that we need to explore or we need to develop new kind of tools and techniques through which we can define those languages which cannot be defined using regular expressions or finite automata. One such technique or tool, whatever you want to say, is context free grammar, which we are going to discuss today. So context free grammar, just like a regular expression or finite automata, is a way of defining language. So without further ado, I would like to come up with a definition or the formal definition of a context free grammar. In short form, it is also called a CFG. It is a collection of three things. First is an alphabet sigma of letters, which we call terminals. Okay, so you are familiar with this alphabet sigma. It is a set of input alphabets, input letters through which we make strings or words. Here it is called terminals. The second thing that CFG is comprised of is a set of symbols called non-terminals, one of which is the symbol S, the capital S. It stands for start here. So the symbol S, capital S, is reserved. Why is that, we will see shortly. Then the third is a finite set of productions of the form one non-terminal. Now this right arrow means that this non-terminal produces a finite string of terminals and or non-terminals. So on the left side of this arrow you are only going to see one non-terminal, and on the right side you are going to see a subset of terminals or non-terminals. Now how does it construct or develop words of a particular language is through the use of these productions. Okay, so let us see one example. I will come back to this definition. Okay, so here is one such example. So in this example, the only terminal that we are having is A, this single A, and the productions are, there are two productions. Okay, on the left side you can see this capital S, which is the starting symbol, produces small a and S. Okay, so on the right side you can have combination of both terminal and non-terminals. Okay, second production is S produces the null string or lambda. Okay, every non-terminal that you see will be the part of the non-terminal set of this context free grammar. Okay, Also the terminals are small a and lambda. Lambda is implicitly a part of the terminal set. So we haven't defined the terminal to be lambda over here, only a is defined, but still lambda is a part of the terminal set. Okay, so how does this production leads to uh, construction or development of a word in the language? So if we apply the production 1 6 times and apply production 2, after applying this production 1 6 times, we generate the following. So this is a sequence, or you can say a steps through which you can produce any word which is in the language. Okay, only by applying these productions. You can apply them in whatever order suits you. Okay, so we start with the first production S A S. So on the right side, this is a word in progress. Okay, this is not a complete word because it is having a non-terminal in it. It will become a word when we will be able to convert this non-terminal into a terminal. Then only we will be able to reach to a particular word. Okay, so over here S produces AS, then this S again using production 1 produces AS, and then again this S produces AS, this S produces AS, this S produces AS, and finally this S produces lambda. Okay, so for the starting symbol S we have two options. Either we can produce small a and capital S using production 1, or we can produce straight away a null string. So as soon as you substitute S with lambda, here any string concatenated with lambda is the same string, so we get a 6 times. Okay, by applying this production any number of time, you can get a string of a or a word of a of any length. So if we talk in terms of regular expressions, this is the language A star. So A star is a language which contains word with any repetitions of a, okay, including 0. So if there is no a, there would be a word lambda. So lambda is over here. After that, a could be of length 1 2 3 4 and likewise. So you can produce all the words in the language A star, or the language defined by the regular expression A star. So this is how the words are generated for any particular language. Let us see one more example. In this example also, just like the previous one, we are having a set of terminals which is again a single A, and we have 3 productions. Okay, so on the right side we have S producing double S, S produces single A, and S producing lambda. So in this language also we can have following derivation which leads to the production of the word double A. Okay, so from S we get double S, from this S we get double S, this S is producing single A over here, then this S over here is producing double S, this S is producing lambda, and then this S is producing single A, then this S is producing lambda. So you get lambda A lambda, which is double A. Just like your regular expression only expresses those words which are the part of the language, nothing more, nothing less. In the same way, a context-free grammar only generates those words which are the part of the language, nothing more, nothing less. Now In regular language or in regular expression, we defined a regular language. So regular language is a language which can be expressed using regular expressions. In the same manner, all the languages which can be described or which can be implemented, which can be defined using a context-free grammar, are called context-free languages. Over here, context-free language. So a context-free grammar is like your finite automata or your regular expressions, and context-free language is your like regular language. Okay, it is a bigger class of the language. We are going to see that every regular language is a context-free language. That means if you have a regular language, you can always make a context-free grammar for that language. But as of now, we are not going to cover that. We will be seeing that in coming lectures. As of now, any language which can be defined using a context-free grammar is called a context-free language defined by CFL. So all these languages that we saw, this one as well as this one, these are your context-free language. Okay, let us come up with let us see one more example. Over here the terminals are, we have introduced one more terminals, A and B, single A and single B, and there is only one non-terminal, capital S. It is not the case that always and always there is only one non-terminal, capital S. We will see that you can use as many non-terminals as you like or as the language demands, but as of now we are only defining them using capital S or the starting symbol S. So the productions over here are S produces single AS, S produces single BS, S produces single A, and S produces B. These are the 4 productions. So you can apply these 4 production in any order you want, and you can come up with a word which is going to be the part of the context-free language, which is defined using this context-free grammar. Okay, so for the word BAAB, it's starting with B. That would mean that we have to pick this second production, S produces BS. Okay, then this S should produce something which starts with A, which is production 1. So S produces, this S produces AS, so BAS over here. Then this S again produces AS, and we end the derivation by substituting B instead of this S. So S produces B, and then you get B double AB. Can you guess which language is this? If you look closely, you have 2 choices. Either the word will start with A or it will start with B, and then there could be any number of A's succeeding that A or succeeding that B. So this is as many number of A's and B's in any word of this context-free language. So this is actually the language A plus B star without the null symbol. So that is A plus B raised to power B. Okay, so that regular expression in plus is there. So it produces every string that could be made using A and B without the null symbol. Okay, you cannot produce null string over here because the shortest derivation or the shortest production that we have is S producing a single A and S producing single B. So the shortest word that is possible is single A or single B. Okay, so you cannot produce null in this particular case. If you want to make a context-free grammar for the language A plus B star, then all we have to do is to introduce one more production where S produces lambda. That would make our context-free grammar for the language A plus B star. So over here, this context-free grammar is for the language A plus B star, which means that this context-free grammar is going to produce all the words which could be made using any permutation or combination of a and b, including lambda. Okay, so you can see that we do have other non-terminals also, capital X and capital Y. So S, X and Y, and this is the set of non-terminals, and for terminals we have a and b. So S producing X and S producing Y. So here we have given uh, two options. Either you can start with X or you can start with Y. Okay, so if you start with X, then there is you can only produce one string, the null string. For all the other strings you have to use this production S producing Y, because only through this production you will be able to derive other words of the language. So S producing Y and Y is producing AY or BY. Okay, so if you look at last four productions, these production are going to produce all the words which has length greater than 1, greater than equal to 1. Okay, so there is only one string which is of length 0, the null string, which can be produced using X, this third production. So S producing X and X producing lambda, we will get lambda, and for all the other string you are going to use the last four productions. We could have done it in a simpler manner by just introducing S producing lambda over here, so that would also been fine. Just like your regular expressions are not unique for a given language, in the same way context free grammar is also not unique for a given language. So for any given language there could be more than one context free grammar defining that language. Okay, one more example is before us. So here the terminals are a and b, and the non-terminals are S and X. The productions are S producing X double AX, and then X, it produces AX, and X produces BX, and X producing lambda. So if you observe this, double A is always in between, and then there could be anything on to its left side and anything on its right side. By anything we mean A plus B star could be on the left and A plus B star could be on the right. So this CFG generates the language defined by the regular expression A plus B star double A plus B star. Okay, so we have seen this regular expression for the language which has double A in it. So double A could be anywhere in the string. Okay, and it could be preceded by any number of A's and B's, and it could be succeeded by any number of A's and B's. So this CFG is for the language in which every word has a double A in it. Okay, so that is all for today. I will be providing you with these slides through the mail, and a next lecture we are going to see more power of this context free grammar. We are going to see how context free grammar can define certain languages which are not definable by regular expressions. Okay, for example, the language ANBN, which doesn't have any kind of regular expression, can be defined using context free grammar. That is all for today. Thank you.